So in this video, we're going to dig into the accessibility options and go through one of the best ones. Again, accessibility options in Android are fantastic for anybody who has trouble hearing or seeing, mostly about seeing the screen. And we're definitely going to dig into that more. In this one, we're going to look at the font size, see if we can't get that to come up and help folks out being able to read the screen a little bit better than they possibly did before. So we've got our screen here with Android. Once again, we're going to go to settings. You're going to hear me talk about settings a lot. To get to settings, you're going to look for the gears. The gear is always what you're going to look for the settings. And one of the ways to do it is to drag your finger down from the top, maybe twice, and hit the little gear icon. Tap that. And I'm going to close this here for you. And you're going to get your list of things and accessibility options are in this list, and these are all the setting options that are available on your Android device. So we have a bunch, and I'm just going to kind of drag it. And I'm going to put, again, my mouse is the simulated finger here, and we're going to drag this back up and down. So you can see what I'm doing here with the dragging. But down here, there it is, accessibility. Let's tap that. In accessibility, you're going to find a host of items, and we are going to go through each and every one of those. Some of these are really, really useful. Some are a little more experimental that I've seen. You can see some experimental items here down the bottom. But we'll start at the top. We're going to skip the text-to-speech output. I'll explain that later. That's going to require a little more discussion, I think, with voice commands. Definitely want to go into that. That can really help any elderly person in your life, or if you're a senior yourself. Having your system listen to you is really, really helpful, especially if your screen is small and you're having a hard time looking at it. My screen is very big. I'm not using this in phone mode. This is actually looks like in tablet mode, something you can see there, excuse me. So let's go to display. Tap the font size. They use the Wizard of Oz text, which I just find funny every time I see it. And this is your text size. And you see this nice little preview here on the left for your font size. So to change this, it's very, very simple. You have this slider bar, and really there's 4 settings you can get to. You can grab it, take it to the left. You don't want to do that if you want to see the large font. By default, it's on the 2nd setting. Let's crank it all the way up to the largest setting. See how that preview looks? And there's pros and cons to this, and I've mentioned this in other videos. The advantage, of course, is it's just a lot easier to see at a glance. You might not need your readers. I don't like using my readers if I can help it, but you're going to be able to see this a little more clearly. The downside, as you can see, is you actually have to scroll a little bit more and move things around so that you can read everything, because there's only so much real estate on the screen. So if we go back to setting 2, you'll notice very little bit of scrolling here needed. Going back to the full font size, lots of scrolling needed to get to where you need to go. So I'm going to put it back to 2 for the normal size for all the rest of the videos. But for now, I'm going to put it on the largest, and we're going to go back. So this actually saves it the way it is. There's no save button. You don't have to do it that. You can just tap the back button. And you'll notice your settings are all on this really large font size. And again, more scrolling to get down to the experimental items too. So there's your font size. Just to recap quick, once again, getting into settings, getting into accessibility, going to font size, sliding the bar to your liking. I'm actually going to put it back. And that's it. So that's how you set your font size to a larger font so you can read it easily. Thanks.